What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. Today we're going to take a look at a new fragrance from one of my favorite niche houses. The house is Penhaligon's in London, and the fragrance is called Bayolea. Now, the first fragrance that I bought and reviewed from this house is the Masterpiece Sartorial, and I think that might be the best suit and tie fragrance of all time. It's just so perfect. Everything right with that fragrance in terms of packaging, price, performance, uniqueness, everything is right with it. And since then, I really haven't found a fragrance from that house that I feel matched Sartorial. This is my fourth fragrance from the house. I also own Duro and Elixir. And on my pickup list from Penhaligon's, I'd also like to get Endymion, the Turnbull and Acer exclusive fragrance that they did, and Castile. I tried their other new one called Tralala, which is a Ducho 4 creation. And to me, it was okay. It was this sort of bizarre, boozy fragrance that I could see coming around to in due time, but I'm not there yet with it. If you'd like to learn more about Penhaligon's, please watch the video that I did on Sartorial. This one, Bayolea, was basically a blind buy, okay? I was at Saks to pick up a Guerlain fragrance, Tonka Imperial, which I'll be reviewing over the next month or so. And I saw this at the Penhaligon counter, and I gave it a quick whiff, and I didn't love it off the bat, but I knew it would be a good video because of how new it was, so I picked up a 50 ml of this fragrance. If you watch my Sartorial video, you'll see that I had some serious problems dealing with this house. I wanted to order their men's sample set. It was sold out online, so I emailed them and asked if I could buy it, and they said no, but too bad I didn't live in the UK, or they would send some samples over. So I asked if it was possible for me to get some in the US, and they said that I would have to go to Saks, and they'd be more than happy to help me there. Now, I did go to Saks to purchase Sartorial, and I asked for samples of Endymion and Castile, and they basically told me that I had to take whatever samples they had, and specific requests couldn't be honored. So they gave me unlabeled samples of 2 scents. One I think was Juniper Sling, and I don't remember what the other was. But I emailed their corporate back and said, look, could I please get samples of Endymion? And they never wrote me back. So when I went this time and I bought, and so I bought my other Penhaligon's fragrances, not Sartorial, but the other two, Duro and Elixir, through third-party websites. So I hope this was going to be a different experience going back to the Penhaligon's counter, and it wasn't. I asked for a 50 ml of Bayolea, and again, there was sort of a leer at not getting the 100 ml bottle. When I got Sartorial, they actually asked me why I wanted the travel size. And guys, I have 370 bottles of fragrance, and I personally don't consider a 50 ml a travel size. That's just me. So, they gave me a little look and then proceeded. So that's what they did with Sartorial. With this one, when I asked for a 50 ml, they sort of gave me a look and then proceeded to push every grooming product in the Bayolea range on me. You guys, it was ridiculous. I think I said no 4 to 5 times, and I kept saying, well, let me see how I like the fragrance, and if I'll come back and get some of the grooming products. But I really had to fight through the sale, and, I understand, this isn't a shot at Penhaligon's, but they were one of the counters in Saks that wasn't really busy. And I don't know why, because they have great fragrances, but they were trying to get as many sales out of me as they could, and I understand that, but that doesn't work with me, and I think they should have realized that quicker. When you say, I don't want any grooming products now, but let me get used to the scent, and then we'll see, I think you back off. You don't keep trying to say, oh, well, maybe you want this, maybe you want that. Now, conversely, I had a tremendous experience at the Guerlain counter, which I'll talk about in a few weeks, but it was night and day, and I plan on making many more visits to that Guerlain counter. I think I'm done with the Penhaligon's counter. I can always get their fragrances at Twisted Lily in Brooklyn or at Pasteur Pharmacy in Manhattan, and I can always order online if I want to. They also didn't give me any samples, and I didn't ask. I think if they were smart, they would have given me samples of the Bayolea grooming products, because probably would have done a video off of those samples and given them some really good press, but nothing. Now, they did give me a couple of these very cheap handkerchiefs that they're okay. They do feel really cheap, but they're nice. They say Penhaligon's London. They did give me a few of these scented with Bayolea, which was nice, but I already bought the scent. So again, fragrance reviewers and wearers like samples because that's how we decide what we're going to buy, and I don't think that Penhaligon's understands that. It could just be this sex counter, and I'm not going to hold anything against them, towards them against the fragrances. So let's talk about Bayolea, okay? This is an EDT. It's available in 2 sizes. You can get a 50 ml for $85, which is what you see here, or a 100 ml for $125. They are also selling shaving soap, shower gel, mustache wax, a mud mask, face scrub, face wash, pomade, deodorant, soothing gel, and soothing balm. These range in price from $15 for the mustache wax to $55 for the soothing balm. I like that they took this line that far, and I'm interested in checking out those skincare products in the future. This was a 2014 release, but they say the formula is from a vaulted scent of theirs from many years ago. Note-wise, at the top we've got lemongrass, mandarin, and tangerine. In the middle we've got cardamom, black pepper, neroli, and lavender. And in the base we've got cedarwood, sandalwood, musk moss, amber, and patchouli. So you can see this is a stab at a fougere, barbershop sort of scent with the grooming line behind it. Now, as far as your presentation goes, very simple Penhaligons. I really like this art in this design. I like the lime green coloring. You have all that on the front of the box as well as the size. Information on the back and nothing on the other side. Barcode and batch number on the bottom. At the top you have the royal seals. Inside you have that lime green. Really hard to get out, I don't know why. But you have that lime green where the fragrance can sit. So I really do like the presentation on this. The bottle's really cool, standard, Penhaligon signature little ribbon around the fragrance. That lime green is going to be in the inside or the outside trace of the actual Bayolea label, and it is a good atomizer. Nothing to complain about. In the back of these bottles you do have Penhaligon's London and just some information on the bottom about the fragrance. So some people don't love the Penhaligon's fragrances. The presentation, I really do. But what's more important is how this scent did. Well, the scent does really well. I like it a lot. It's no sartorial, which is okay, but it's a distant cousin and distant enough that you can easily enjoy both on different occasions. So it's really crisp and spicy out of the bottle. I don't get mandarin or tangerine, but I get a lot of lemongrass, I get lemon, and I get pepper, and it smells really clean. But this isn't a soapy clean, it's more like a spicy clean. It's very crisp and clear. I'm surprised that there's no aldehydes or ozonic notes in this like there is with sartorial. And as it starts to dry down, which happens in about an hour and a half of the life cycle, I get lavender notes and cardamom, and the cardamom with the lemongrass, it doesn't make this smell like Thai food because it's toned perfectly by the addition of the lavender and the citrus. So to me, this always smells like a man's fragrance. It's a great man's fragrance. And in the end, about 6 hours in, you'll start to pick up woods. For me, more so cedar than sandalwood. And it never gets sweet at all. It stays bone dry the entire time. And what I really like about it is that it smells like something that could have been worn in an English barbershop in the 1800s, but it also has a tad of modern to it. It smells like a new scent that was made to smell like an old-fashioned scent, and that's a tricky feat to pull off. The kind of guy who's going to like this is the guy who likes Brut, who likes Sartorial, who likes Bois de Portugal by Creed, and Rive Gauche by Yves Saint Laurent. I get excellent performance out of this, even as an EDT. I sprayed it on about 10 o'clock last night. I woke up in the morning at about 10. It was still on me, so that's incredible for an EDT and a fougere. I get a good 6 to 8 hours of projection, but very light sillage, which is okay. As I said, much more appropriate for a man than a woman. This is really sort of a man scent, but obviously I don't gender discriminate. And while this is definitely a 4-season scent, you'll get the most out of this in the spring. I promise you that. It doesn't have the same potency or weight that Sartorial does, so it's not going to wear great for you when it gets colder out, but it could still be fine in that weather. And I think it's a tad too much to wear in the scorching heat. As far as your occasions go for this is going to do best for you in professional settings, as a black tie scent, as a work scent, as a conservative date scent. It's just very clean and inoffensive and very understated, but it's quality. And you'll be able to tell the difference between a cheapy barbershop scent and this one, and I think other people, when they smell it, will know as well. So I'm going to rate this a 7.5 out of 10. It's a very solid scent, but we all know it's not completely original. Because Penhaligons wanted to build a skincare line around a fragrance, they had to play it somewhat safe, and they did. But it performs well, not exceptionally, but for the price tag, it's very hard to complain about it. Presentation is nice in my eyes, understated, but nothing wrong with it. And it's easy to find this house, and the prices are really good for their fragrances. You know, if you're a fan of these types of scents, you should give Bayolea a really solid look. If you're in the market for like a work fougere, you'll compare these compare this to Rive Gauche and Sartorial, and let me know what you think. You might be very surprised by how well this does. And what's great is if you like it, it'll be really easy to layer it with the grooming products that they have available. So I hope you have enjoyed this this episode and this review of Bayolea. If you have any questions about this fragrance, feel free to shoot me an email, and I'll help you in whatever way I can. We'll be back next week for more videos. You guys already know.
Ain't that nice? Get bread though, mad at all. Seems like they don't want you dead, yo. Let them talk, yo. It don't faze me. It might not be right if they don't hate me.